thanks for joining us for tonight's. So I'm gonna have to make a separate video on this. So one of my accounts was shut down. Going to be in 5 days. It's connected to one of my payment. Apparently, because it's been like 5 years, I've been using a thing called Stripe, and I got shut down from it because apparently they didn't notice what I've been doing for this whole time. So kind of derails a lot of stuff. So I got Plan B and I got Plan C. I spent the whole day, most of the day. I've been up since 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, this has been at least I know I'm going to be doing this weekend. So after 5 days, I'll know if Plan B is working. I think it will, but I'm not completely sure about that. So yeah, my my main site, the shopping cart on my main site, my storage site, I'm gonna have to create another one on just still on Shopify. So, which interesting enough that the calendar stuff, you can schedule the calendar. I got that to switch over to another system. So it's still the same calendar. So that works officially. That worked. So that's fine. I thought I almost had to get a whole other calendar system, scheduling system, because of this. Gotta love it. So, so Spirit Social is down right now. Not that many people use it, but some people do. So it's going back to its old roots, and all the old accounts are there. And I'll create a whole nother thing for that. Yeah, just to make it more. I can just use Spirit Social, but yeah, I'll figure something out. But I'm not sure how this is gonna go. I think it'll be alright, but I'm not 100%. I think I can get by with this. But I have Plan B or Plan C, or Plan whatever that is. If all hell breaks loose, I got another. It's crappy. It's like Shopify. At least it's pretty identical to the way things are running now. Runs smoothly. Everything's run smoothly. I mean, other than me taking forever, it runs smoothly. But thanks to that, so far everything's. So I'll have to do an update on this eventually. So after 5 days, I don't know, it's gonna be a while. That's a long 5 days to know if any of this, if everything's gonna go to hell. But if I don't receive an email from Shopify saying I can't do this anymore, can't use them or use whatever it is I'm using with them, I should be in good shape. I believe it'll be alright, but I'm not 100%. So yeah, I pretty much derailed a good part of my system. Lovely. So I like to keep things as simple as possible through the checkout and all that, and it's simple. But if Plan B fails, it's going to be crappy again. Because in the beginning, it's going to go back to the way it was in the beginning. This is like several years ago. It wasn't that bad. It's just, this way is easier. You create an account, you're in, you're out of there. You're just, and the beginning system didn't have that. So that's why I went to the new one. And here we are. Pain in the ass. So I'm not sure of, I don't know, there's a lot of back around stuff. It's sure, why not? The timing cannot be any better. This year has been we're in the middle of the year. Gee, I don't want to think about anything else. I've had enough already. I've had enough of this year, and that's not including the virus. Jeez, that's not including this bullshit that's going on right now. So that's an update. Shit. So I have no personal life, so that's the channeling life update. So that is the personal life, I guess. Alright, so sorry about that. Oh well. So today, all right. So vaccines. Yeah, instead of going to vaccines, I went into that. So I guess they're going to vaccine everybody to death. I guess that's the plan. And we're going to. That sounds really good, doesn't it? Vaccines and also alternative histories, alternative timelines, which can't really go by what we're taught anymore. That's for sure. So, and yeah, 3D to 4D. As for the speed of that, who knows? What matters right now is now. The past doesn't really matter. I mean, connect to the timeline of your choice. How about that? Who cares anymore? I mean, who really cares? Yeah, you can't go by what what they're teaching here. And if all the infrastructure really breaks down, which would be nice, definitely going. Man, it'd be. I don't know. Vaccines. So I don't believe they're going to do mandatory vaccines for people. I mean, maybe in certain situations, like if you're a doctor, you're part of the medical field, I don't think they're going to have enough vaccines to vaccinate everybody. Kids, of course, are going to be a big target. And the parents are... and, of course, I think they're forcing kids to do it in schools and stuff like that. So, but now this is a new vaccine, so it's going to take a while. Unfortunately, that's probably going to be the case, but I don't have 100% on that. So this thing's going to have a slow rollout, and it's not going to be pleasant. And there's no way they're going to vaccinate everybody on this thing. But yeah, it's going to, your normie people are definitely, some of them are going to be, hit on this, and that's their deal. Of course, I know some people in the medical field that don't even care if they don't care if they take 10 years off their life or 50 years off their life. So that tells you how enjoyable the medical field is. Yeah, it's not for everybody, that's for sure. Yeah, they don't care if X-ray, they get X-rayed, they don't care. Radiation, they don't care. Some don't care. Just get me off this planet. That's how some of them are. I can't blame them. Yeah, working in medical professions, like working in a insane asylum. So, yeah, it's not fun. So, yeah, they're going to, so I guess Bill Gates is going to tell them about how, first off, Bill Gates is not doing himself any favors right now. I mean, he's just loading up the karma for himself. I guess he doesn't care anymore. I guess in his mind he's helping people, but I'm not sure about that. But so I don't think this thing's going to roll out to really. It's going to have a messy rollout. It's it's going to be for those that are scared to death of everything. So for those that are spiritually inclined, I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, it's going to be years before they really push this thing on it. I don't think they're going to push on everybody. I think it's kind of impossible. But if you're like flying a plane or something like that, maybe fast food workers, maybe. I mean, if you're around people, there's a possibility of it. So keep that in mind. Yeah, if you work with elderly people, things like that, babysitting, possibly, but I don't know how they can enforce that. I don't think, they can. Some employers might ask for it, or pay to get you vaccinated. So there's a possibility of that. But I won't go into the fear mongering of it. It's really hard for them to push this thing out. First off, it'll probably be a couple of years before they perfect anything. So how are they going to push this? I mean, of course they can push it out all they want. And those that are pro-propaganda of fear-mongering about they're trying to get us and everything. So, yeah, it's going to be a rocky rollout. So, I don't have any answers for anything. I mean, if you're if you're around people a lot, and your employer makes you do it, what are you going to do? Quit? I mean, especially with the lack of jobs, the lack of everything. So, yeah, it's a tough situation. Probably, flying, definitely, for stewardess and pilots, stuff like that. It's getting weird. It's part of the change we're going through. Not, yeah, this vaccination doesn't affect everybody. It depends on who you are. It can affect you negatively, but you can also reject it too. So who knows? So I don't know. Just yeah, YouTube and its censorship. YouTube's kind of a lost cause. Yeah, they're. It's not ending for them anytime soon, but it's not looking good for them. Let's put it that way. They're showing holes in their judgment. Oh, they've been doing that for a while, but they can't last forever either. So, alright, for alternative timelines, we'll do a connection with that. So, obviously, history is, we're told to believe whatever we're. So, even the Bible is kind of like a history book, right? And, when you connect to the spiritual communities, people see it differently. They see themselves on the cross next to Jesus. They see all kinds of stuff. So why don't we have like history museums of alternative timelines? I mean, go by. Yeah, it's like we're always limiting ourselves, so you unlimit that. So what timeline are you connected to? Some crazy ass, crazy lifetime of you being Julius Caesar or whoever it was. I don't think there's anything wrong with connecting to that. I mean, are you harming anybody? No. You might seem like you're crazy here. But what does this world know? It's like the more we open ourselves up, yeah, it's going to be weird. Can you handle the pressure of being bizarre here? Yeah, obviously you can't go telling people this stuff. You can't tell anybody anything. Fuck. Just tell me you eat McDonald's and everything's great. Fucking love this place. But yeah, I mean, I figured, you go by, I mean, yeah, you can clear out any manipulations around you, but even if there are some, there's probably some kind of connection to those places anyway. It's just like, the more that you're in tune with yourself, I mean, what is the past? What does it say to you? I mean, what is the UFO situation with Area 51 and all that? What does that tell you? Just, what are you telling yourself? And the more we trust that and let it come through, I'll tell you, people start feeling a lot better, especially alternative histories. We're told what to believe in a history. Like, say if it's a false history. And our soul knows it's wrong, but we're forced to believe whatever bullshit they're telling us. Think about that in school. This is why some kids don't do good in school in history, because they know it's all a bunch of bullshit. So, I would say in math too. Even that's kind of it's not for everybody. Let's put it that way. There's alternative math. There's alternative everything. We're just not being told the full story on anything. You say also those that are here as like astral beings, more connected to it. Just disconnect from everything here, reality-wise. School teachings, languages. Just disconnect from everything. It's hard to get a job that way, but they do exist. They don't go by anybody's rules. Not that they're not hurting anybody, but they don't go by the narrative. A lot of them are homeless too. Obviously, because they cannot work with this reality. They tried, but it's hard to conform to it. So, as we more connect to higher dimensional energies, we're gonna more identify who's here. Like a lot of homeless people are angel beings. It doesn't mean you have to have a nice house or anything. Some of them are fallen angels, not all. Some of them, yeah, they're into drugs and stuff like that, but not all of them are like that. There's different, but some fallen angels, yeah, do cause mayhem here, but all of them are homeless. Some of them are gang members too. Just even not pleasant. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, some fallen angels, yeah, are definitely gang members for sure. Definitely in California. Of course, there's around the world. Definitely in California. I would say gangland in California. Yeah, it's definitely a reptilian. It's more to than just a reptilian, but there's Syrian there too. There's I mean, you have the Bloods and the Crips. It's like the Reptilians and the Syrians, are fighting among each other, you can say. There's probably other beings involved with that. But there's other stuff going on there, obviously. Yeah, not that I want to be around that. But, it's history museums of alternative timelines. And that's going to be one big museum. It's like, and that's where artists come in too, or any type of artist. You don't have to be a perfect artist. You can be just, you can draw decently, but you can see timelines too. You always draw it out for people to understand what the hell you're looking at. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's another way of channeling energies here for people to understand what the hell we're coming from. I mean, we're kind of rewriting our Earth, eventually, maybe not now, where we can't recognize our old world at all. So, eventually. Yeah. As I say that, I saw like graffiti around the Statue of Liberty. On it. Jeez. Where the hell are we going? Jeez. So, alright. Give me a comment up. I'm not sure if I have much of an update here. So this is the current situation. I already have private sessions on a channel. Go ahead and zoom channel by phone. So the shop here. So what's going to happen is this is going to go somewhere else, and it'll be pretty much all the same stuff. User account and everything. So that's the plan there. And Spirit Social is down right now. Social Network, Rabbit, IB University, get a little bit of heads up on what's going on here as you go in the dating site. Thank you, those are if you're okay. Focus. Alright, we're on time. Alright, blessings. We'll do a connection. Feel Arcturian energies, so we'll see how far we get with this. Blessings, here we go. Greetings to you with Arcturians. As you understand, your future, your past, all are one. So your current state of mind is what matters. So yes, you're constantly changing timelines. So that also means your history is changing too. So your history books might say one thing, but you are feeling another. What is it telling you? I mean, you want to break free of the earth, of timelines of manipulation. Well, you have to go back to school and re-educate yourself through your own vibrations and through others also. Eventually, yes, math will be shifted too. There's much more to geometry. That is what is being said. All mathematics have more symbolism connected to it that are activation portals within them. So, realize your earth is always shifting. You are always shifting into a higher dynamic. Meaning that you can connect to a more positive history of your earth too. To take you to a more higher dimensional earth. So what you are experiencing now, yes, is a third dimensional reality. But you can, yes, go up the layers of a new reality altogether. All versions of Earth are still part of this Earth. Everything is connected to it. Everything matters. It's just not, you're not told that. Everything, yes, you have history books. You imagine you connect to all the versions of Earth, all the timelines. You don't have not at the moment, a library big enough to carry all of that knowledge. This is why knowledge is energy. So it's a little bit easier to utilize for downloads. So it's like you go into a library, it's like you go to another version of another reality, another Earth. Because not all Earths are there to handle all of that knowledge, as you know. I mean, there's some versions of Earth that have all the answers. And they let you peek every once in a while. Your Earth's not ready for all the answers. People don't want to hear the answers in this place. Are they asking questions about your alien connections, about your Earth's history? Those are the 0%. There is a percent there. It is a lot of people, but still a very small percent. I know you might see it as, oh, it's a big percent. It's more than 1%. It's more than that. You'd be surprised how small it really is. It's not part of your normal narrative to unlock your planet. Because unlocking your Earth there's many doors. History is one of them. Current individuals is another. Like some of your celebrities. Some of them, yes, are alien beings incarnated here. Some of them are not incarnated here. Or walk-ins. Probably a better word for that. So you do all the work of being born here, we will come in and become prince. For example, we'll let you put the dots together on that one. Not everybody here is human. You might look human, act human, but many of you know there's more to it than that. As your humans become more non-human, more of reptilian beings are starting to be seen, or any alien being for that matter. As you see people shapeshift, more of that will be part of the society. Those that are seeing reptilians constantly, it means that they have a lot to heal still. There's other beings than just reptilians you can see. You can see a bunny rabbit if you want, but some focus on the reptilians because that's where they got their power from. And they're still warning. Reptilian energies, they can be very like the parents here on this world. Very sheltering. They might put you out in the world, go fight a couple of wars, but then when you come home, they keep you at home. Meaning they keep you at home mentally. They put their ideas into your head and keep you in prison. So you might do all these things, but mentally you're still under control. So your world's kind of like that in a lot of ways. It is outside doing things, but still part of the mindset of, it's like it has a leash around its mind. Not everybody, of course, but a great deal of your society is like that. It's an invisible leash. It's not just reptilians running this show either. No. It is many programs. It is an Orion program. There's many programs that are very vicious, but it grows the soul once again. Those that are fearful of all this still have a lot to learn. Darkness within themselves. The excitement of fear of danger is still a lot to heal. People like their adventures. So you understand why many hold on to that reality. But alternative timelines are coming in on multiple levels. And this is why you will see it eventually. Well, even now you can see it. The future's not always going to be clear, no. But there are doorways to it. As yes, your world's going to be very different. Some are in the energy of, I can't believe this is even happening. To eventually, this is happening. So yes, a lot of the riots going on in your cities, a lot of Portland going through a vibrational shift. There's a lot of alien beings connected to Portland also. Some of them are Orion, not all of them. Some of them are infiltrating it, but there is positive vibrations, of course. There, it's going through a mental change. Seattle also. Seattle was an experiment. Now it's going to other places. So your growth is, yes, of many natures, many alien vibrations, of course, of unmasking your planet. So basically, as you see people, you just see a new energy around them. So very quickly, normally, for those that are connected, either those that you know or those you do not know. Vibrational shift is coming stronger to most of you. There is, yes, a tall blonde Nordic presence here too. As, yes, they did cause difficulties, but also to bring in new timelines. Yes, some of them did bring in dictators throughout history. They're not going into details, but sometimes, there's a positive to everything. Just not everybody's willing. Because some beings here, humans, don't always get their way. So, of course, they're not going to like certain alien beings around. It's like, I gave you a plan and you didn't do it. They don't realize on another layer. Yeah, what you have is some beings here that have beefs with certain alien groups. That's not always the case. But that's one of them. For this to open up this planet is basically you have to unlock it from what is keeping it the way it is. Researching it through your own vibration. Slowly, of course. How do you see the world? More things will unlock. There is a Venus presence here. There is a Martian presence here. There is a Jupiter presence here. There's much more. As much of their presence was here very heavy during the Greek time periods, as many of them were Atlantean beings. Mercury, Martians, they're all Atlantean beings at one time. Incarnated through the cycles, assisting your world, many of them were scientists, to bring you where you are today. To push you to your limits. To take a human and not to create hell, but to bring challenges that, this is like a being with no limits. I mean, you can put it through just hell, and it'll survive somehow. And sure enough, it has. As you can see. It put it through all these challenges. That's what other worlds can't always handle. All these challenges. As many of you feel like you're losing it. That's why you have alcoholism. As a reliever. A river in the mind, you can say, that can't consume it over time. It's like you take river water and you drink it. And it has some psychedelics connected to it, depressants. And the river water is still in your head. Not always. But it does cause a drastic change in one's personality. You can say it's tonic. Astral tonic, you can say. Astral tonic. Sold as beer here. Sometimes of a positive, sometimes not so much. So some souls wonder, like, wow, we're being controlled from every area. Yes, everything here, even the air is trying to control you. Even the grass is trying to control you. Can you break free of all of this? Not so easy. Yeah, you think there's a bars, but it's mostly the reality. Not everything is against you, but quite a bit of it is. Yeah, as you trust yourself, you can... It's trust. The more you trust yourself, the more you can get through the maze. It's an unseen maze. You want your answers. There's going to be frustration, of course, that's expected. Having frustration, it's the soul needs to, yes, cry. It needs to let out its rage. There's nothing wrong with any of that. Holding it in is not going to do you any favor. Just let it out. And that's when you have the new beginnings around yourself. Yeah, you true yourself. Let's put it that way. True yourself through your sexuality, through your words, through your being, how you are. True to yourself. This earth can no longer control you anymore. It is trying, as many of you feel. There's influences everywhere. But over time, you're just like, yeah, you get through the hurdles of it. You get through all the tests. You might not see what's here who's here. You're jumping over. You're in a marathon, basically. So you're tired. It's like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's like, you gotta run some more. Oh, please. But you just keep running, jumping, falling down, whatever it is. You keep going. until you're what, 60 or 80 or 90 for that matter. It does slow down after a while. So okay, we put this one through enough. Now we'll go after their kids. So there is light. There is a reason to all this. It's not just to torture all of you. No, is once again you're in an alien human that can handle great deals of stress. And why not push it to its limits? How far can it go with that stress? As many have tried, have failed, but many have strived also. The idea of success, yes, getting through light. Light codes will come to you. You don't have to look for light codes, they'll find you. Lifetimes that were failed in the past can be retrieved and healed in this time. People worry about the past. Just don't worry at all. Just live your life the best you can. Everything will put itself together. Because many of you are healing lifetimes from other worlds that just went to complete hell. This life might be hell too, but you feel like I am healing a great deal. I feel better about myself because other lifetimes I've had everything and not know who the hell I was. So now you got nothing. Well, on a physical level, but you have everything that you need. You might not have all the newest gadgets or whatever it might be, which is not necessary. It's just the tool is you to activate yourself on a higher level. Become a better spirit guide, to teach spirit a great deal. Spirit is, yes, a lot of beings from spirit, yes, of a positive nature still have a lot of darkness within them. How is that? They came from your world. They were very light and fluffy. They incarnated here, died, went back into spirit. I'm not fluffy anymore. I'm a little bit mad. You're in even if you're in higher dimensions, they can still be mad. Not always, but a little bit. As some of you noticed. Yes, you clear out the fantasy realities of spirit and see what it really is. And that's how you heal it. You clear out the fantasy world of your spirit world. Because they are seen as fantasy, the pearly gates and everything is perfect. There's a lot of spirit beings that are still hurting after being on this world. Mostly it's from this world, as some of you experienced. I mean, look at the death of your past, even current. None of it's too easy, is it? If you have a death, wouldn't it be nice to have just nice and peaceful? Not everyone has that. Even if you're having difficulties with a family member, or don't want to leave your family because you're used to living for thousands of years, there is different levels of trauma there. As you awaken, you'll see it more clearly. Blessings.